Ladies and gentlemen, things are not going well in Canada. They are not going well at all. One of the biggest things that really frightens someone like me, 24-year-old college student, part-time job, works 2 jobs, trying to get a business degree, trying to make it in this country, like my parents and everybody did before. To see this country spiraling towards bankruptcy and economic ruin, and I say those words not lightly. I mean it. When I see what's going on, I see the debt going up and up and up, the deficit. People think that that's some kind of a joke, that it's a big deal when politicians talk about the deficit and the debt, like it doesn't matter to us. Let me tell you something. Passing on billions and billions and soon to be trillions of dollars of debt onto people like me and my future kids and their kids and your future kids if you are my age, and if you are a little older, maybe your grandchildren. That's pretty serious. We can only take lessons from Europe, especially Southern Europe, Greece. Now, before I continue, I want you to hit the like button if you haven't already done so. Just take a few seconds, hit that like button right now. And while you're at it, if you haven't subscribed, I would urge you to subscribe. But really, I would advise people to hit that like button, because we're not going to have a country anymore if people don't start taking this thing seriously. We are going to be taken over by our debtors, mainly China or whoever the hell is giving us all this debt, if we're not careful. Now, we hear many reports that if Trudeau continues with the way he's spending our money and the way he's collecting debt, in 10 years, the debt could be over $1 trillion, which has never happened in Canada before. And sooner or later, the chickens, they're going to come home to roost, and they are going to roost like hell. And when they do, it's not going to be pretty. Because if you see what's happened to Greece right now, Greece is in debt. They are bankrupt right now. And what happened now that they're bankrupt? Their debtors have laid up a few rules, many strict rules for Greece and the people of Greece. Things they can't do, things they can do, and they have to follow those rules. Otherwise, they're in deep trouble. And one of the biggest things is that the Greek citizens cannot take out a certain amount of money from their own bank accounts. That's what the debtors have said to Greece and the Greek people. They can't take out a certain amount of money. I think it's like, $63 or something like that? That Greek people cannot take out of their own bank account for a certain amount of every week or day or something like that. Do we want to go through that? And our debt is climbing at a very high rate. Look up the debt clock. I want people to Google search engine Canada's debt clock and see how high that's going. And Trudeau just doesn't listen. He doesn't care. And you know what? It would be good if we were going in debt for Canadians, but we are not. Every single day you hear about more money going abroad. We said when Trudeau was elected, one of the first things he did was give billions of dollars to Indonesia to help fix their infrastructure. Even though he went on the campaign trail saying, Canada's infrastructure, it's in such bad shape. Maybe it was, but I saw Harper doing a lot for like him or hate him, and he wasn't perfect. Harper was not perfect. And forget about Harper, he's gone. But you know what? I'm just saying that he did his bit. And right now, I don't see a lot of money going into infrastructure. I haven't read about it right now. And Trudeau's been in there for over a year now. Billions of dollars going to Indonesia to help them with their infrastructure. Billions of dollars to go into an international fund of third world nations to help them fight global warming. Now, do you honestly think that you can give billions of dollars to a dictator like Robert Mugabe and expect him to use that money to fight global warming? You think that money that we work hard and pay that tax, and Trudeau gives it to someone like Mugabe or whoever, some third world country, and they're going to spend it on something like that? They put it in their damn Swiss bank account and they're gone off to a vacation in Biarritz or some beautiful place like that. So that's billions of dollars right down the drain there because Justin is an idiot. And then now we have billions of dollars going to Syria to help them rebuild their economy, and to Iraq to help them with their economy, and to billions going to Africa to help them fix up some schools or something like that. And the most recent one, and the stupidest one of all, billions of dollars to go into an international feminist fund. What the hell? So we're spending billions, that's almost $1 trillion going overseas. Now, personally, if I was in charge, I wouldn't give a penny to any overseas country. But that's me. But if we're going to give money to overseas countries, even though we don't have any money of our own, because Canada does not have any money. When you're in debt, you don't have money because the money you get from taxes should be going to pay the debt. It's technically not yours. Canada doesn't have a penny to its name. If we don't have a penny to our name, when we get taxes, why would we be giving billions of dollars to other countries? Why not I would give hundreds. I probably wouldn't even give hundreds. I'd probably give like maybe a $10 bill or something like that. They should fix themselves. You know how much resources and stuff Africa could be richer than the whole, if Africa used its head and all these damn countries we give money to use their head, they could be richer than all of us. But why would we be giving them anything when we don't have any money? We are in debt. We are going into even more debt to help other countries. Not even to help ourselves. Look at the healthcare. Everybody says that Trudeau's doing such a good job in healthcare. He's not doing such a good job in healthcare. I don't think he is. I don't think he is at all. I don't think they're closing hospitals in Ontario. I mean, okay, yeah, healthcare isn't really the federal government's obligation, but he could bail them out. But instead of giving all this money to other countries, and I'm not saying he hasn't done anything with it, but really he hasn't done anything substantial, considering the fact that everybody talks like he's some damn god, which is starting to get very old and very annoying. And as I keep saying, Canadians need to get their friggin' heads out of their asses and stop this bullshit and wake up once and for all. With the amount of Tim Hortons coffee we drink, we should be wide awake right now with the destruction of our country right now. But we are still fast asleep, even though a lot of people are beginning to wake up. A lot of people are beginning to wake up. So this isn't just some coronation. This isn't some fiefdom. People are beginning to wake up, but not enough. Not enough. And you know what? I'm not gonna shut up. I'm gonna keep harping at this until people get the message. And finally, when I made a video last night about CBC. This is the Canadian Broadcasting Corporation, or as I like to call it, the Cuck Broadcasting Corporation, because only cucks watch CBC. It's a biased piece of filth. And the latest piece of propaganda, CIA-style propaganda that I saw them do was use our tax dollars, because they can only use our tax dollars because they're a government organization. They used our tax dollars to hire actors to go across Canada and sell white power shirts alongside Trump shirts to make it look like Trump supporters are racist and to frame Trump supporters. And I'm thinking, you're using our money when we have so much debt and a huge deficit. Our budget isn't balanced. We're heading towards bankruptcy, and you use our money to frame Trump supporters in that way. You use our money to go to CBC so they can make a commercial celebrating the destruction of white people, which they did. You can watch the video. It's there. It's there. You can watch my videos. Watch it. That's why I say subscribe. I'm not making anything up. I don't have time to make anything up, okay? I have a busy life. I don't need to make... I couldn't make up stuff even if I wanted to because I wouldn't have time to think up the stuff. I read things. I'm a smart person. I research. I'm not perfect, but you know what? I love this country. I was born here. My parents came here. They had me here. I love my community. I love my country. And I especially love my province, which is being destroyed by Kathleen the Ho Wynne. I'm sorry, but if you knew the real story of Kathleen Wynne, you'd know why I call her Kathleen the Ho Wynne. But that's for another video. Kathleen Copperthwaite Wynne, what she did to her husband, and why her ex-husband is disgraceful, but I will say that in a different video. We're talking about Canada going into bankruptcy and wasting our money because of Justin the Mac Daddy Trudeau and raising CBC's allowance only for them to do this crap. When we don't have money, we should be using our money wisely. We should focus on our debt. We should spend within our means. But if we're not going to spend within our means, we should be spending our money that we don't have, but our borrowed money on Canadians, and stop giving billions of dollars to all these different countries for stupid reasons, especially. Fixing Indonesia's infrastructure is one thing, but to put it in a feminist fund, an international feminist fund, and to put it into an international global warming fund so third world countries can help fight global warming, which they're probably not going to do, is BS, Trudeau. Trudeau needs to get out before he bankrupts this country, because sooner or later, the people who are giving us all this money, they're going to ask for their money. They're going to knock on our door. We're not going to be able to give it to them. And then we're in bankruptcy. We are in bankruptcy. If they come to Canada and they ask for the money, which we're not ready to give to them, that's bankruptcy. And when we go to bankruptcy, they take over. Wake up! Canada, wake up!